For GSU TV Special Edition, this is Kelly Mickham. The lives of Black people are being taken away at an alarming rate. Police brutality is an epidemic that is affecting the entire country. The Black Lives Matter movement was created to put a stop to the senseless murdering of Black men and women. Protests broke out in the summer of 2020 when people all over decided to show their anger and resentment towards the careless treatment of Black lives. Since the protests, media sources have covered the movement in a variety of ways. Some have told responsible, truthful stories, while others have spun webs of misinformation with a bias. Atlanta is one of the many cities that saw protesters take to the streets last summer. Downtown Atlanta has a diverse population filled with angry people. After the protests began, some people started to mislabel them as riots. While some cities were experiencing looters and riots, the majority of the country saw peaceful protesters demonstrating their American right. Most of the violence seen at these protests arose from the police using force, rubber bullets, and tear gas to silence and disperse the crowds.
Once majority of the crowd had made its way closer to our stopping point here at Centennial Olympic Park, we witnessed peaceful protesters on the sidewalk be slammed down on the ground. Why are y'all doing that? They're peacefully protesting. Why are y'all doing that?
You folks gotta keep moving.
Newport Richey, Florida also saw protesters showing up in the streets to demonstrate their feelings on the Black Lives Matter movement. Counter-protesters and the Proud Boys, a group associated with white supremacy, showed up as well to voice their opinions. The groups were getting loud, and a quote from the Washington Post says that, amid fears that the confrontations could lead to clashes or shootings, police started enforcing the town's rarely used noise ordinance, which essentially forbids disturbances louder than a close conversation between two people. But only the Black Lives Matter protesters were cited. Back in Atlanta, a Wendy's was set on fire after another Black life was taken over the summer. The protests were still happening when this incident occurred.
We are here at the scene of the Wendy's where Rashard Brooks was killed last night in Atlanta, Georgia. We are all very disappointed in APD for allowing things to escalate to the point where we lost another Black life. We're disappointed, but the sad thing is we are not surprised. So we all gathered here to peacefully protest. Last night things did escalate to the point where the Wendy's has been destroyed, but I think we can all say that Black lives are much more important than buildings.
For the most part, the protests have subsided, but the fight for Black lives is not over. We continue to see people striving for civil rights and equality. The Black Lives Matter movement helped play a large part in the recent presidential election. Many believe that with the administration changed, the fight for Black lives will flourish.